This video will cover procedures required by Usher Transport for loading product from the terminal, as well as delivery to the customer. Before making any delivery, collect your waybill, and then verify by the waybill where you are loading and your ultimate destination. No matter what type of delivery, pre-trip safety inspection is required by Usher for all drivers. Check the inspection tags on your hoses and ensure the hoses are secure on the trailer. Check the trailer connections and ensure a good connection. Turn on your headlights and your hazard lights. Walk around the truck and verify that all lights are working. Visually inspect your brakes and check that the tires are in good shape. Make sure you have all the accessories you will need for the delivery. Make sure you have your tank charts and know your customer's tank sizes. If you don't know, ask. When operating for Usher Transport, always practice company procedures outlined in the company's driver's handbook, as well as any customer regulations required by each customer you will deliver to. Pull up to the next available loading bay. Put the truck into neutral. Set your parking brakes and exit the truck. All loading facilities require the driver to do a thorough pre-load inspection of the vehicle. Thump the tires. Check for hot brakes. And check trailer cables and connections. Walk around the truck and ensure all safety concerns are met based on the loading facility's rules. Turn off any ignition sources such as cell phones or any other electronic devices. Ensure you are displaying the proper placard for the product you will be carrying. Be sure you know the location of all emergency shutdowns, fire system discharge, and emergency shower for any chemical mishaps. When the bay is available, pull in and position the trailer properly for loading. Remember to always follow the rules and regulations for each loading facility. Put the truck into neutral, set the parking brake, and turn off the engine. Before loading product, ensure compartments are empty of any product. Remove the dust caps from the loading heads and ensure the trailer is properly grounded by connecting the overfill bonding cable. Connect the vapor line to the vapor connection on the rear of the trailer. Ensure a good connection. Open all of the internal safety valves located in the gang box. Set the product dial for each compartment and connect the appropriate loading arm to the loading head. Ensure the loading arm lever is locked. At the display terminal, use your ID card to access the system. Choose your customer and product and follow the instructions on the screen. When finished, the loading will begin. Stay close to the loading heads and keep an eye on the process. Observe the meter to determine when the proper amount of product has been loaded. Change compartments by releasing the loading arm lever and moving the loading arm to the next compartment. Ensure the loading arm lever is locked. Return to the display terminal to start the process for the next compartment. Return to the loading arm and keep an eye on the process. When finished loading all compartments, remove the loading arm and push it back out of the way. Place all loading head covers back on the loading heads and secure. Close the gang box doors and the internal valves will close. Remove the vapor recovery hose and return it to its proper holder. Ensure the vapor recovery cap is placed and secured. Remove the overfill bonding cable and return the cable to its proper location. Return to the display terminal and end the process. Look down the bay lane and ensure there are no obstructions and that all cables and hoses are secure. so nothing is caught by the trailer when leaving the bay. Enter the truck and exit slowly from the bay. You will now need to pick up your bill of lading. Park your truck, set the parking brake, and exit the truck. Collect your bill of lading and ensure all information on the bill of lading is correct. Sign the bill of lading and give the loading terminal their copy. You are now ready to deliver your product to your customer. When you arrive at the customer's site, observe all clearances, other vehicles, station customers, and obstacles. Pull near the tank lids and observe the color of the lids for the product being delivered. If the parking area is not level, position the trailer so all product will drain out. Put the truck into neutral and set the parking brake on both tractor and trailer. Turn on the hazard signal lights and turn off the engine. Exit the truck and check for hot brakes and thump the tires. Check the area for possible ignition sources such as smokers, cell phones, other vehicles, and weather. Do not allow any ignition source within 50 feet of the unloading area. Place safety cones around the delivery site. All cones must be placed around the work site before making any connections. Whether delivering diesel, gasoline, or both, use the green cone to indicate the diesel tank to prevent any confusion. Collect the automatic tank gauge printout from the customer. If not available, call your dispatcher. An online version could be available. Check for water on the ATG report. Water and obstruction should be noted on the waybill. Report any issue to dispatch and customer kiosk. Under any of these conditions, do not deliver the product. Follow all customer procedures for water presence. If water is present, fill out a report of defective equipment. Never drop more than 95% of the tank's capacity. Overfilling the tank could cause cross-drop contamination through the vapor recovery system. If painting is required to the UST lids, do this process first to allow for drying. Observe the color code chart. Identify all tanks and ensure capacity for the load by the ATG printout. Should the UST not hold the load for whatever reason, contact dispatch prior to starting the delivery. Pull the vapor hoses from the trailer storage tray. You will need one vapor hose for each storage tank you will be filling. Always start the vapor recovery connections at the trailer and work towards the UST connections. If delivering diesel as well as gasoline, unload the diesel first. This will prevent gasoline vapors from escaping the trailer. If the UST is not equipped with a vapor recovery system, remove the dust cover from the trailer vapor inlet to prevent a vacuum from being created in the trailer. Raise the brake interlock bar over the compartment outlets. Use a screwdriver or the tank lid tool and remove the lids from the storage tank you will be filling. Observe the arrow on the lids. Use your tool at that point to lift the lids. Use the tank lock key to unlock the tank caps. Pull the appropriate length discharge hose you will need for the UST to fill. You should have a vapor hose to accompany each discharge hose. Gather the appropriate amount of drop fittings and vapor fittings you will need. Place drop and vapor fittings next to the appropriate UST inlets. Remove the end cap from the vapor hose and connect to the vapor fitting. Remove the vapor recovery cap and place the vapor fitting on the corresponding vapor discharge and push down the locking mechanism. Use the gauge stick to verify tank levels, starting with the least to the most. When using the gauge stick, set gently on the bottom of the tank to prevent bouncing. Bouncing the stick could result in an inaccurate reading. Compare these readings to the ATG printout. Record your results on the waybill. Confirm the connections from the trailer compartment to the UST contain the same product. Check the bill of lading, product dials, cal tags, UST color coding, and fill ring product ID band. Charge the air system by opening the master internal safety valve, as well as each compartment valve. Remove the delivery cap from the UST and place the drop fitting on the tank inlet. Push down the locking mechanism. Connect the discharge hose to the drop fitting. Connect the other end of the discharge hose to the largest trailer compartment outlet that you know will fit into the storage tank. Never open a compartment that will not fit into the storage tank. Double check all your connections. Open the corresponding delivery valve and observe product flowing through the sight glass in the drop fitting. Observe the green indicator. You are now delivering product. Check all of your connections for leaks or drips. Check for any abnormal vapors in the loading area. Stay within 25 feet of the loading area and keep an eye on the process. Ensure nothing disturbs the hoses and connections. When the compartment is empty, product will no longer be flowing and cannot be observed in the drop fitting sight glass, and the indicator at the compartment discharge will fall to the bottom. Set the compartment ID dial to empty. Check the corresponding internal safety valve to ensure the valve didn't close before the compartment was emptied. Close the delivery valve. When a trailer compartment is empty and you need to switch to another compartment to fulfill the order, view the sight glass and ensure no product can be seen flowing. Walk out any product in the delivery hose. Verify the delivery valve is closed. Disconnect the current discharge hose and roll out the hose to get rid of any remaining product. Remove the vapor fitting and connect the vapor recovery and fitting to the corresponding UST. Disconnect the delivery hose and fitting from the UST and replace the fill cap. Remove the fill cap from the next UST and connect the delivery fitting and hose. Remove the dust cover from the appropriate compartment outlet and connect to an open compartment. Ensure a good connection. Open the compartment discharge lever and observe product flowing through the sight glass. Keep an eye on the process. Ensure nothing disturbs the hoses and connections. When the delivery is complete, there will be no product flowing as observed through the drop fitting sight glass. With the delivery valve lever in the on position, lift the discharge hose to drain any product in the hose. Close the delivery valve lever and disconnect the delivery hose from the compartment outlet. Roll the hose to drain any remaining product. Disconnect the discharge hose from the drop fitting. Place the discharge hose in the storage tray on the trailer. Be careful, some product could spill out of the end of the hose. Close the master internal safety valve and all compartment belly valves will close. You'll need to verify the load you have just delivered. Acquire a new ATG printout from the customer for comparison. Remove the drop fitting from the storage tank. Restick the tanks and return the gauge stick to its proper holder. Record your results on your waybill. Compare your readings to the ATG printout as well as your tank charts. Place the tank cap on the storage tank inlet and lock the cap. Place the storage tank lid over the tank and ensure it seats properly. Disconnect the vapor hose from the vapor fitting and immediately cap the hose. Pull the vapor fitting lever and remove the vapor fitting. Place the tank cap on the storage tank. Place the vapor return lid over the vapor return and ensure it seats properly. Place all remaining hoses in the storage tray and secure. Place any couplers, fittings, and accessories in the gang box and secure the door. Push down on the brake interlock bar. Gather the safety cones and secure them on the trailer. Clean up any spills using the absorbent towels. Gather your weigh bill and have the customer sign it. Give the customer his copy of the bill of lading and the weigh bill. Before leaving the site, perform a safety walk-around and make sure everything is secure and that nothing has been left behind.